Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Metacast. We are back with another episode, and we return as avatars.
Yay.
After roaming around in the physical world, in the real world, in blended reality, we're back. And, of course, you love us as avatars. But today, we have an amazing guest with us. Someone who is so passionate into the Web3 and the metaverse field. We have Sergiu Draganus with us, who's the CEO of Ludo and is into Web3 and metaverse discovery and data aggregation. Hey, Sergio, thank you so much for joining in today.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you.
Perfect. Sergio, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your involvement with the field?
Sure. So, a few words about myself. I started being interested in the crypto space back in 2012. Back in 2017, I started developing infrastructure related to fiat to crypto part. And the interest in the Web3 metaverse space started about 3 years ago, more or less, with investing in some of the games which are the most known games right now, like Sandbox, Axis, and so on. So, this was the moment when I started realizing the benefits behind the NFTs, which are the bricks of the metaverse, and the huge disruption that it will come in many different industries.
I like that. The NFTs are the breaks of the metaverse. That's a very, very unique way of putting it. Sergio, how would you define briefly? What does the metaverse mean to you, and and I guess what's the existing landscape for the Web3 and metaverse space at this point in time?
Yes. So metaverse has different definitions, and it's a very good question. Thank you, Taza. So. Metaverse usually it's known or understood by many of us as being exclusively a VR environment or augmented reality environment. But in my opinion, this is only a part of the metaverse. Why I've called the NFTs the bricks of the metaverse? Because for me, any ecosystem which is using NFTs to send value, it's a metaverse. And one of the most interesting use cases I've seen was a book where the characters, a real book, a printed book, the characters of the book were tokenized by the author, and the owners of those characters could decide what should happen in the next chapters of the book. So this is a metaverse. So the metaverse on paper. So imagine a book like The Lord of the Rings, where you are the owner or fractional owner of some of the characters inside there. And being part of the story and being able to decide what will happen in the story, or this choosing between different variants, and also maybe being part of the profit of the book. So this is a very interesting type of metaverse. Obviously, VR-related metaverse are super exciting also because they allow us to interact in a very interesting way, the way you are joining right now, guys. And unfortunately, I was not able to join the same way because of my kids' head hiding around the Oculus. Yeah, but you see, the metaverse, it's everything. That's why the metaverse can be anything as long as the value it's owned and can be traded as NFTs. So this is the interpretation of the metaverse in my opinion, and the
I love it. I love it. I love it, Sergio.
I mean, when it comes to ownership, it has been a term that has been coined for a long while now. Of course, when we're seeing the rise of Web3, there's I think it's a very important notion that defines what Web3 really is and the metaverse really is when it comes to ownership. Honestly, Sergio, I love the definition that you have. I would call it a definition because it's something that really connects from point A to point B in terms of how the understanding is of the metaverse.
Yeah,
right?
Around tokenization, Sergio, you can tokenize anything, and that was a prime example of a utility for people that are not crypto metaverse native. So it will this sphere will impact people across different areas, even if it's something like having a decision making on a character in a book.
Yeah, exactly. So what is very interesting, usually the blockchain space was targeting especially technical people, people understanding some cryptography. I still remember the first time when I hear about blockchain and when I hear about Bitcoin and when I start reading the white paper was super technical and was difficult for me to understand many of its aspects and of its benefits. So was very difficult for that part to go to mass adoption. Now, when we're talking to metaverse and to the about metaverse and about the NFTs, we see some specific use cases getting more and more traction, which are built for normal people, for non-technical people. I've seen a lot of cases in the past couple of months since the market, the crypto market went down, where influencers start offering different type of perks of benefits to their audiences, which are non-technical people, as NFTs. And NFTs via some very simple to use apps. So in this case, and they are converting very well. So they were able to sell huge amount of NFTs. So crypto market's going down, but their funds are buying NFTs. Why? Because they are meeting their expectations. The NFT is tokenizing the service and is helping them to save money. So let's think, for example, that you are a fan of I don't know, well-known celebrity, and you like to attend in the next couple of weeks or months or next year 2-3 events organized by that celebrity. And each ticket will be, I don't know, $100. But if they will issue an NFT and they will say, guys, you can buy this NFT with $100 and you'll be able to participate to the next 3 events that I'm organizing. And also you might be able to be selected to join the lounge, the VIP lounge, and to have a direct discussion with me. And there will be a winner who will take the dinner with me in the restaurant. So imagine so many benefits for only $100. Even if the technology, it's a blockchain-based technology, for the end user, for the retail user, the benefits are not related in any way to crypto or with the crypto market. It's only related to the benefits it's getting and to the cost, to the discounted cost it's paid. So in this regards, I think the metaverse adoption will have a super, super bright future. In the same time, what we've seen at Ludo, analyzing many of the top 1,000 brands at a global level, most of them are registering trademarks and patents, especially in the US, related to the metaverse. So as long as on one side we see small and medium-sized influencers being able to tokenize their services and sell them to a high number of people from their audiences, and on the other side, we see large brands preparing and some of them already launching NFTs collections with some super exciting use cases, the future of the metaverse looks pretty interesting, pretty bright. And I think those are the steps that needs to be done for the metaverse to go to the mass adoption in the coming years.
I like it. No, I that's a very, very unique and awesome perspective, Sergio. At the end of the day, it's about the key word I keep banging on about is utility. Not for people in this sphere, it's for the wider what people that are not in this space, and rightly so. Brands are experimenting, and the future is bright for the space. I agree, Sergio.
It is indeed. Also, Sergio, I think we've focused on the good side of how it's coming up, an understanding of how things are progressing, and you spoke about fandom as well in terms of how it's the influence is coming from the users. Sergio, I wanted to understand what could be the challenges, when you're talking about NFTs and mass adoption. What could be the real challenges from a user's or a collector's point of view?
So once you become an NFT user and you hold like 2, 3, 5 NFTs only, it's pretty simple to stay updated with the benefits of those NFTs. I mean, I need to join this event, I can use it as a ticket, or I can go live with one of my favorite influencers, or I can play a game, and so on. One of the challenge, taking into consideration the fact that the metaverse is going to mass adoption, is that in 5 to 10 years from now, all of us will own at least hundreds, if not thousands of NFTs.
Ooh.
And let's think you own 365 NFTs. In average, you'll miss at least one earning opportunity per day. Why? Because we don't have enough time to stay updated with all the projects we are investing in as NFT holders. So it's much too difficult. We cannot track on a daily basis or weekly basis hundreds of channels of Telegram channels or Twitter pages and so on. So one of the biggest challenge of the metaverse and NFT holders is to stay updated with the latest opportunities for yourself. Myself, I lost opportunities, and I have friends who lost, for example, airdrops of hundreds of thousands of dollars, being holders of some super prestigious NFT collections, and without knowing that they should stake the NFT in a specific way in order to get an airdrop. So this is one of the biggest challenge, to discover new opportunities and to stay updated with the opportunities where you are already invested. This is one of the major opportunities, especially for users, for collectors, for the people which are not technical people and which have a limited time to invest in staying updated.
Sergio, I agree. There's a lot of projects around Twitter and Discord that are just shilling their projects, NFTs, and it's very difficult to distinguish between authentic ones that provide long-term value and ones that are focused on short-term gains. Yeah, it is a massive area of concern for our area.
Yes, exactly. Obviously, curation, on the other hand, it's one of the major problems. I mean, we all know that there are many scams running on a daily basis in the crypto space. But, you know, curation, it's a sub-problem of the discoverability part, of the discovery part of the opportunities, because usually this is one of our main focuses at Ludo, to help normal people to get onboarded with the metaverse and with the NFTs, and to stay on the safe side. I mean, you know, if you are thinking to Google, for example, for the traditional web space, if you search on Google online banking account and you navigate to page 1000, in fact 100, I'm not sure if they allow more than 100 pages, but if you navigate to page 100, is it possible that on page number 100 on Google, to find a link to a, I don't know, a phishing website, a scam, which is called online banking, whatever, you know, but in reality, the chances for a user to go to one page number 100 on Google and to click on that link, it's close to zero. So probably out of 10 million users, not even one will navigate to page number 100 and click on it. So the first results on the first pages of Google are results curated by the Google search algorithms. So this protects us as users to get scammed, you know. The same thing should happen in the metaverse, you know. Right now, the current systems which are offering some sort of discoverability services in the metaverse, they are looking to some pretty generic factors like number of users on Twitter, number of users on Telegram, price on CoinMarketCap, but we all know that those numbers can be easily faked with money. Yes, so the way those rankings with the most important projects can be influenced, it's pretty simple. So what is missing currently in the space, and we are working to build it, it's some sort of Google search rankings algorithm which will protect the end users on this type of scams, and which should always bring the opportunities that match the interest of the users. So this is a very interesting fact and problem which is still not solved yet.
Definitely. And also, I think when you said in terms of SERP results, you know, focusing on the right perspective, we had another person who joined in who was a Web3 digital marketer called Adam Prosser. Amazing personality, and I would say an amazing insight to what he shared in terms of, you know, digital marketers and brand strategists really stepping back into SEO for now. Building the organic content that really strengthens a brand's position. Because as you rightly mentioned, it could be easily scammed off. You could have
Yes,
phishing cases. But I think
exactly.
now when it comes to authenticity, it's going to be a big fix. Yeah, you were saying something. Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah, one other thing, one other challenge that the users are facing is, when a user is deciding to invest his time, resources, funds, whatever into a project, the main things a user is looking for is the concept, so the benefits. You'll have many times people are incentivized on earning opportunities. Yeah, many times people invest now because they think they will get more money, or they invest because they have a chance to win a ticket, whatever, somewhere. Yeah. So the concept. Second is the community behind the project. How large is the community? How many people are following this project? And third, it's the team behind the project. The time it's over for unknown project to get high traction, because most of them, the anonymous projects, are scammed. Now, because those are the three main elements the collectors of the NFTs are looking for and users of the metaverse, what does it mean? It means that usually those people doesn't have a clue what technology is behind the project. This means that in case their favorite influencer, for example, or favorite brand will issue a specific app and a specific NFT collection on a chain, on a blockchain, they will just follow the influencer, the brand, the projects, without thinking, oh, this is on Ethereum or Solana or Tezos or so on. So it's very important for the users to be able to discover opportunity in a chain agnostic environment, on a multi-chain environment. For the users, right now, it's difficult because there is a platform which allows them to discover partially opportunities on Ethereum, and another one on Solana, and another one on Tezos, and so on. So what is missing right now, it's the place where the user will go and will say, hey guys, I don't care what technology is behind. These are my interests. I'm passionate in play to earn or move to earn. So I want to make sports and to earn something. Just give me the opportunities for my interest and for my profile. So the fragmentation of the space is again one of the major problems of the users and collectors. They don't care about the technology, they care about the benefits, about the community, and about the team behind the project. So this is also a problem that needs to be solved. The multi-chain element, the fragmentation part.
Definitely.
Agreed. I think the day when we can get into when we're offering these emerging technologies, the day when we stop using buzzwords and Web3 words to provide services is the day that we can transition into like widespread adoption.
100%. So one of the things that I think will change in the next 3, 4, 5 years, the NFTs will be there, the blockchains will be there, more and more functionalities will be there. The only thing that will change, they will not be called NFTs anymore. I 100% agree with you. They will not be called NFTs. People will not refer to them as NFTs or Web3. They will be called, I don't know, a very interesting, simple word. Not anymore NFTs. NFTs is too complex for my adoption.
Yeah. Well,
Sergio.
as a question, sorry, Taza, you were saying something. Sorry.
No, carry on, Adi.
I was saying, if it was not called NFTs, I heard from someone in a recent podcast that they would call it collectibles. Think that could be it?
I think collectibles is a good use case for a large part of it, but I think they might be called in some cases collectibles. In other cases, they might be just called tickets or some. I think it depends a lot on the use case that they have. Because, for example, what we've done here at Ludo, a very interesting thing that I would like to share with you guys. And let me. I'm trying to download a picture here, but it takes some time. So we run an analysis on BAYC NFT holders, and we've analyzed their portfolios of NFTs, and we've structured the NFTs among different categories. So what we discovered is that 29.5 of the NFTs they own are collectibles. So collectibles in the traditional definition of collectibles, while 54.8% it's art. So people just bought art like paintings, but 3D paintings. So right now, can I share my screen with you, because it's a very interesting.
I think you can, yeah. I'll be able to record from a camera from where it is done.
Let me turn off. So start sharing. Okay, I have here the window. So this is. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
We can.
Hello, guys. Yes. So this is. So as you can see here, 54% of the wealthiest NFT collectors in the world, it's art. 29.5% collectibles. Only 2.7 it's virtual world like Decentraland, Sandbox, and so on. 5.6% have different utilities. 2.6% trading cards. Sports only 0.5%. Music only 1%, and photography only 2.4%. Imagine in real life how large are those industries as sports, music, you see? And what a small number of NFTs are owned by those large portfolios. This, in my opinion, means that in the next couple of years, we might see some huge traction on those industries, because the interest is already there. And what we are very interesting to see in the next months when we analyze their portfolio is the evolution over time of this type of segmentation of assets in their portfolio. So we're interested to see what will happen in 2 months from now. The art will still be at 54.8% in the portfolio of the wealthiest NFT holders in the world, or will drop to 30%, or will go up to 70%. So I think analyzing those trends, it's very, very interesting. And this will be related to the way the NFTs will be called. I mean, if we'll see most of those things being, okay, I've just stopped my screen. Most of those things being art related, probably they will just be called paintings. I don't know, digital paintings or blockchain paintings. If there will be virtual worlds, there will be blockchain real estate or whatever. So I think, or maybe those categories will have different names. Those NFTs will have different names depending on the main category they will be segmented.
Excellent. Trust me, this is an eye-opener, honestly. When I think it's good that we spoke about this question, because it's a big chunk of information that really brings the reality of how NFTs could be defined in the future.
Agreed. Sergio, I just wanted to touch upon Web 2 and the transition to Web 3. What's the limitations with Web 2 at the moment, and why the need to transition to, I guess at this point in time, it's a buzzword, Web 3. What's the benefits? Oh, he left, unfortunately.
Yeah, keep the recording on. I think I can crop it out later on.
Alright, wicked. Well, I need to charge my thing. We're kind of a mini break in between.
Yeah, can you message him, because I think if it takes a long while, then it's gonna take a lot of space of memory.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is not specific to Mac, but it's happening from time to time. I just got the frozen screen. So
oh my God, no, that's fine.
No, it's all right. We can edit that part out, Sergio.
Yeah.
We were talking. I just had the question around. So, Sergio, what's the limitations of Web 2 and why the need to transition to Web 3? What does Web 3 offer that Web?
Okay, sorry. So, yeah. The last 10 seconds, I was not able to hear you.
Okay, I'll repeat the question. I'll start again. Sergio, Web 2 and Web 3, why the need to transition? What does Web 3 offer that Web 2 doesn't?
Yeah. So, the simple question is Web 2 is transferring information while the Web 3 is transferring value. The answer to this question for any type of user is the next one. let's think to Airbnb, for example. If you go to Airbnb and you book, I don't know, a house on the beach somewhere in a nice place, yeah, let's think in Italy, okay? And after you find out that 1 week before you are not able to go anymore there, it's already too late. You can interact with the ownership for that specific period of that rental only with Airbnb. This is the only chance you have. You cannot go to eBay and sell it or something like this. It's not possible. On the Web3, any type of ownership right for a service, for an asset, for a real world as physical asset or for a virtual asset, can be used and can interact not only with the project, with the platform that created it, with the creator, but can interact with, for example, OpenSea. You can go on OpenSea and say, hey guys, I'm not able to go in 1 week from now and enjoy the vacation in the south of Italy. Anyone who wants to bid on it, look, I've discounted it 20%. And you can interact with platforms created by some other people. This is impossible right now in the Web2 space for any type of ownership. You can, in the Web2, there are some very limited number of dots that can be connected. While on Web3, we are bringing this type of two-dimensional internet to a 3D level. Basically, any type of ownership and any type of assets can interact with any other type of asset. You'll be able to just go to a service and swap your ownership for a rental with, I don't know, a flight ticket to travel somewhere else, or to, I don't know, whatever else. So this is the main benefit I see here. So for example, there are already projects offering like a pound shop, you know? So you say, guys, I have, for example, this NFT, and this NFT value is now 50K. I need the money. I don't want to go to OpenSea, for example, and sell it, but I want $10,000. What can I do? In the real world, it's difficult to just get any type of assets from your desk and get money out of it, regardless on the location where you are in the world. In the Web3 space, you'll just open your phone and you'll go on a blockchain-based platform and you'll say, guys, I send to your smart contract my NFT, give me $10,000, and I have 6 months or 12 months to pay you the money back or the interest. And you can have super fast access to liquidity as long as you have at least a 3G or edge internet connection and a mobile phone. This is super disruptive in my opinion, because 90% of the world's population does not have this type of possibility to access this type of service. Maybe in some corners of the US, Asia, and Europe, this can happen, you know, but in other places, it might be super difficult and super challenging. And here, all you need is a phone and click a button and you'll have. Plus, obviously, the speed of transfer and the cost of transfer are very, very, very small. Look what is happening in the art industry right now. Yeah.
Agreed.
So,
Sergio, I love that answer. With Web3, there is the middleman is cut out. Things like tokenization, let's say a property, it's a very illiquid market in general. But what Web3 offers is quick access to cash.
yes, exactly. Quick access to cash. And here, the benefits is coming from two different directions. The borders are broken because, you know, you can have an asset in Japan and sell it to someone in Brazil right away, you know, and the investment can be done very, very fast. Right now in traditional internet, sometimes cross-continental payments are facing problems, you know. If, I don't know, payment gateway from Japan sees that someone from Brazil wants to pay, they might consider, hey, paying with a card from Brazil might involve a high risk and things like this. Once you are talking about smart contracts and crypto payments, in the back of those NFT assets, there are no risks. the smart contracts are okay. They are the security risk of the smart contracts, which are getting more and more secure. And more than this, there are no other risks. The payments are done. The smart contracts are holding the funds. They are sending back the assets as long as the payment comes back. It's repaid. So all those things are being solved by the blockchain technology, and it's very, very cool to create those infrastructure on this technology.
Awesome.
As of now, I would say that my mind is blown.
Of course, yeah.
I would say my mind is blown, honestly, sir, Sergio. I mean, I'm blown off by whatever I'm hearing right now. Of course, with the way it has been repurposed and how you are working around this field right now. Sergio, you mentioned something about disruption. Within the Web3 metaverse, and also how it will evolution will take place from Web2 spaces. What industries do you think will be disrupted first? And of course, moving on, how things work.
So, you see, even thanks for the question. You see, even starting from the analysis that I've shown a little bit earlier, it's very clear that on the art industry, was very simple to bring NFTs as one of the solutions because it's very easy to create, it's very easy to transfer ownership, it's very easy to auction, it's very easy to collect and to hold, and to take advantage of many benefits of the traditional art, even to showcase. It's very easy, and it's a very safe place. So the art industry shows that it's a very good match for it. In my opinion, the low-hanging fruit for the disruption part is the gaming industry. And why? While the art industry, the audience behind the art industry, in average, is not a very young audience, which adapts very fast to new technologies. On the gaming side, the kids are already used with most of this concept. What they are changing, it's only like the way they are sending a specific type of assets, or the way they are holding or managing their credits in a specific game and interacting with other people. We've seen, and we do think at Ludo, that the gaming industry is by far the industry which will get first disrupted by this. I mean, the audience is already used with gamification, it's already used with points, it's already used to win assets, it's already used to trade assets. What they have right now with the NFTs, they only have bigger benefits. They can trade these assets against other assets, not only from that game, but from other games too. They can sell their assets, they can win real money. We've seen what happened with Axie Infinity and with Sandbox. I mean, you could just go there, play, and win a couple of $100s or even thousands of dollars per month, which can help you pay for your meal, for your whatever, house, for your car, for whatever. Already, it's a huge wealth stream directed from the creators to the players. Because what we've seen in the gaming industry, 20 years ago, the gaming industry was owned by the creators. You still remember when we were paying for the license code in order to be able to play the game? Starting around 10 years ago, once the social media started getting a lot of traction, 10, 12 years ago, the gaming industry moved from creators to the influencers. So the influencers start becoming the most important players in this space. We've seen what happened with esports and so on. And in the last 1.5 to 2 years, the power is coming creators, influencers to the players. I mean, we've seen what's happened with YGG and other similar projects that represents the interest of the players. And most probably, this will be the direction. Players would like to have more power in this industry, and they will go more and more to the NFT part and will request to have their assets as NFT to be able to trade them and to earn much more than they were earning right now. Because let's think, I spent a lot of time in my childhood playing games. If at that moment the games were providing earning opportunities in tokens or NFTs, probably the value of those tokens at this moment would be millions of dollars, you know? But what I've learned after spending years of my life in playing games, it's only experience in those games, not something else, you see? But this generation playing right now games have the chance to play games, I don't know, from 12 years to 18 years and to end up at 18 years with, I don't know, $500,000 in different type of assets that they can sell to other people. So this is, I think, a very cool industry. Obviously, after gaming and art, fashion will get very strong disrupted. All fashion brands are running in this direction. They see huge benefits in getting even more brand adoption and higher user engagement. So I would call those three industries for now. But obviously there are many other industries, travel, music, and so on. But the low-hanging fruits, gaming, art, and fashion. Yeah.
Definitely. I think you've pointed out such an amazing perspective. Of course, when you showed us the numbers as well. It's a very indicative factor that you say gaming, art, and fashion to be a core point of conversation, which has already happened. I think fashion is something which is being spoken about by various industry types, brands like Vogue, Cathy Hackle, and a lot of other people focusing on such elements. And gaming, of course, is a main focus within for all of us out there right now. Taza, what do you think?
I think that every industry eventually will get disrupted. Sergio, I have a master's in supply chain management, and just imagine a scenario where using these these technologies, these Web3 technologies, to go to your supplier in China and understand the issues they're facing right then and then, rather than traveling. So it reduces borders. There's a lot of opportunities from a B2C, B2B perspective, and definitely it will disrupt all industries. I do believe, like you, I do believe gaming is the first industry that will be heavily disrupted, and then it'll have a knock-on domino effect on everything else, including fashion, including and whatever follows after that. But art does feel like a natural step for it to go into. Like you said, Sergio, it's easy. It's literally just a picture, and you just adding the technology infrastructure into it, and that becomes an NFT.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's amazing, guys. One more thing about art. I'm not an art specialist, but when the NFT start touching my soul, to say so, guys, I start spending a lot of time looking to some amazing piece of art, and I start even ending up paying some interesting amounts of money because I've understood several elements. So without being an art specialist, this artist is an amazing person because he creates some amazing things. So first of all, I want to support the artist. As long as this artist is open-minded and he's embracing new technologies, this will allow him to reach larger audiences at a global level. So there will be other people in the world looking to his creation or her creations the same way I'm looking. So over time, the value of the initial creations of this artist will increase. So at the beginning, you might look to it like, I want to help this artist to continue create this high quality type of content. And secondly, it's, hey, I feel that there are 90% chances for this piece of art to increase in value in the next 5 to 10 years. So yeah, why not? Let's just help the artists. Artists don't like to hear the word help based on the feedback I have from them. But let's just help the artist, because at that level, this was in my mind. Yeah, let's help the artist. Maybe he's struggling to create this, and this might result over time for me in a pretty good return of investment in case I'll decide to sell. But the initial idea was not I will buy to sell. Not let's help the artist. This was in my mind, So yeah. So
I think it's also a very good perspective, Sergiu, because when it comes to, we had a conversation yesterday on LinkedIn Live. We were with Alison Alexander, and she mentioned a very amazing part, which said we will progress from a concept of storytelling to story living. And when it comes to art, I think it's a very good example when it comes to actually going back to storytelling. Because if a person can envision, and if you bring in someone to the community of an artist who really can contribute more towards making the community grow, they would. Like, you are a part of a community of something where you own an NFT from an artist, an art piece from an artist, and then you're like, okay, I would envision something like this. So you're actually being a part of the story because you are already a part of the community. I think it's a really strong point that's coming in when it comes to art being a strong cofactor on this.
Yeah, and the beautiful part of it, you see, is that until now we could think only in a best case scenario, two-dimensional way, if not single-dimensional way. I'm buying the art, and the art can go from here to here. Stop. End of the game. Right now, artists are creating different type of use cases. Hey, are any of you having one of my NFTs from this collection might, I don't know, enjoy the chance of meeting me next month when I'll be traveling to this location around you, and might, I don't know, just go to restaurant with me and enjoy whatever, 2 hours of discussion. So right now you can give much more use cases than just art to those NFTs. Or if they create a partnership with a specific game, they can say, hey, any of you owning this NFT, you'll get 100 tokens if you'll play also Alpha Season 4 of Sandbox, and so on. So there are so many dots that can be connected right now in any way. It's like a quantum type of internet. It's not anymore the internet that we're used to. Any type of connection can be done with this technology that we're using now. And this is huge. This is the power of the NFT and the metaverse.
Definitely.
The centralized part of the metaverse, we also enjoy. I also enjoy. I really like the Oculus apps and so on. But I think the disruption will not come from the centralized part. I think most of the disruption will come from the decentralized part, where we can interact in any way, in a free and super quantum level way, to say so. Quantum level way. Yeah.
I think, yeah, I'm so excited about this, Taza. What do you? I mean, it's just like, I want to be there. I want to be there when this happens, right? I mean, Sergiu, you must be having that thought, and you're already there. You're already interacting with the centralized metaverse as of now in terms of this field. It's gonna be amazing.
I'm excited, honestly. Every day I wake up learning more about this space. It travels at 100 miles per hour every week, as I like to put it. But people like us just staying on the forefront of what's happening and trying to. I've loved this session, Sergio. I really have, honestly. We've managed to simplify the Web3 and the metaverse to a level of understanding that the average person would understand, and that's
Definitely.
massive. So, thank you,
And
Sergio.
Sergio, one more thing, if I want before we close the session, what do you think after? Like, of course, there are so many people who would be viewing the session, and there will be so much insight from this because, as Taza rightly mentioned, the session has been broken down in bits to help the end user understand what it means to have be involved with NFTs. Sergio, what do you think would be a user's next step after seeing this session? What do you think they should do after seeing this episode if they want to experience something like this?
Guys, depending on their hobbies, they should just try to identify 2-3 projects that match their interests, that offers NFTs to their users, and just go there, subscribe, win one of the NFTs, or earn or buy if it's the case, and start interacting with it. At the beginning, it might be a little bit difficult. They might say, oh, I need to install MetaMask, or I need to do different type of things. Once they get used to it, and once they will see that they've done something, they have an NFT, and after they can sell it for $1, $10, $100, this will be the moment when their eyes will open, and when they will understand, wow, what if? And from that moment, they will discover a huge stream of opportunities for themselves. And at that moment, obviously, they will need Ludo to select them.
I love it.
Them all.
I love it.
Yeah.
The key is to get stuck in.
Yeah, and guys,
Yeah.
you heard it from the best people on the field, about what happens next. So just do that. just do what you've been told.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
Just follow.
But
Yeah.
Sergio, I mean, thank you so much for this session. It has been extremely
Thank you.
insightful. You will stay in touch, of course, with the Metacast community, because we are building so many more sessions. We're coming up with webinars, and we're coming up with so many good insight-based projects that would help end users understand what people like you are doing in this field. We want people to reach out to you and talk to you, and of course interact with Ludo as to what they're up to. Also, Sergio, could you tell us a little bit more about Ludo before we end the session?
Yes, guys. So thank you very much. Thank you again very much for the opportunity today. So for the guys who are interested to know how can Ludo help them in the future, just go on ludo.com. There is a form where you can let your email, and we'll let you know about any earning opportunities in the coming weeks where you'll be able to join for free without spending any cent and just win some tokens and some NFTs. And obviously you will get updated with all the new functionalities and all the new releases and all opportunities where you can earn. This is important. The focus is on the user. The focus is for the user to be able to do what he likes and to earn different type of things. So yeah, it will be very nice to have you close there on our Telegram channels or Discord. So just follow us. Thank you. Thank you for this.
Definitely, guys, you do that, right?
Yeah.
Great. Great, guys. So once again, thank you so much, Sergio. We'll be back with another episode in the coming days. And yeah, you can follow Sergio on LinkedIn. His ID is on right there. You can visit Ludo as well. I'll be putting the links down in the description. And we'll see you again soon. Cheers.
Thank you, everyone. Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice one. Thanks.